it's Rosemary. We're back. It is Monday. It is day 8 of the Instagram Intensive, and we are going to go over connection and engagement on your content real time. We did spend some time on day 3, writing out our strategy about how we're going to connect with people. This is the day where we're going to take that strategy we learned and really dive in and be actionable on those things. So glad you guys are here. Thanks so much for joining me. You guys are so great for sharing. I totally appreciate it. Over the weekend, we had so many more people sign up, which is great. We had more people join the Instagram Collaborative Facebook group. Hey, Lorraine, so glad that you're here. And we just had in general a bigger community around this, which is great. So hopefully you guys are learning a lot and getting value from this. If you find that you think that your audience can get value from this as well, feel free to swipe over and share this, or share this on Facebook. I have Periscope and Facebook right here. So on Periscope, you can just swipe over and share on Twitter and on Periscope. On Facebook, you can share on your own page or on your own profile if you think this is beneficial. So today, like I said, so glad that you're here, Lorraine. Like I said before, we're going to kind of dive into day 3's content, which was creating a connection strategy. So actually going out there and doing the work. Like I said in day 3, this is the hard part, right? Like creating your content and pushing, scheduling your posts and getting your feed all nice and neat. That stuff's important, but that's not even the hard part. This right here, what we're going to talk about today, this is the hard part. And this is the part that a lot of people just don't do. They just feel like they don't have time to do it. They just don't even know they're supposed to be doing it. And this is the big game changer. Like truly for me, this is what made my following grow, is actually getting out there and doing the hustle, doing the work. So here's where we start connecting and engaging and fostering these conversations with our ideal audience. And like I said before, there's many ways to do this. You can like people's posts. You can comment on people's posts. Hey, I'm so glad that you're here. Yay, so glad. Thank you for the hearts. You can like, you can comment, you can either DM people, you can click follow, or you can just feature people on either your Instagram stories or on your feed itself. Hi, I'm so glad that you guys are here, and thanks so much for sharing. So today, we're gonna kind of talk about how we can start engaging with these people, because it might not be super clear as of right now. You've already made that schedule, but now you're like, okay, now what do I do? So I like to do 4 different things. I like to engage on my own content. I like to engage with my own following, so my own followers. I like to engage on ideal client followings, and we hinted about this a little bit on day 3, but we're gonna go more in depth in this today. And then I also like to engage on strategic hashtags. So those are the 4 different categories of connection and engagement that I use. And feel free to take these. You don't have to do all of them. Like I've said before, just take what works for you and what you think is gonna grow your business. And the best part is you can test these out. Right? This whole thing is one giant experiment. Try some stuff out for a little while, record your results, and then take your strategy and move forward and change it up, and you'll always just get better and better and know what works for you. So when we talk about engaging on our own content, I had watched a Freshly Picked Periscope a year ago, and Susan Peterson of Freshly Picked, she was saying that she has a team of people. So of course, most of us don't have a team, it's just us, but they make a huge point on engaging with every single person that leaves a comment on their content. On every post, if you leave a comment, their goal is to try to engage with those people within an hour. Comment back, now there's those heart buttons on the side. You can leave a heart, that boosts up your engagement. Hi Melody, I'm so glad that you're here. But they have a goal of trying to do it within the hour of commenting back. Even the emoji comments. So I have all these things. So I know a lot of you are experiencing this where you're getting a lot of just emoji comment or very generic comments on your posts, and it's probably because they're using a robot, right? They're using a comment bot to automatically post things that have a certain hashtags. We're gonna go over that a little bit more, how you can use that to your benefit. I don't recommend doing that, but we'll talk about that more. But that no matter what, I don't care what the comment is, that's boosting your engagement. Either way, you're getting a comment on your stuff, and that is showing Instagram that people are engaging with your stuff. So don't hate on those like bot comments, embrace them. And if your goal is to start fostering more communication and authentic connection, comment back and start a conversation. Even if it's just a heart, you can comment back and say, thanks for the heart, what do you love about this? Ask them a question, which then it'll pop up on their notifications that they were responded to, and maybe they will then go in and start a genuine conversation. right? That is the main point of this, right? Is creating and fostering those authentic connections. So don't think of that as a bad thing. Don't think about those, emoji posts. You don't have to. Don't sit here and think that you're not going to succeed if you don't comment back on every single one of those posts, but you will boost your engagement if you do. And you might start an actual conversation with this person and create value for them just because they reached out to you, even though they didn't really know they were doing it. Does that make sense? So yes, try to respond to every comment that you can, especially the ones that are actually more in-depth and authentic. Definitely. I almost dropped my clipboard. I try to do this 3 times a day. So I try to do this in the morning, the midday, and then at night, because I cannot do within the hour. I have too many things. I just have one assistant and we're busy with other stuff. So for me, hourly doesn't work for me, but it might work for you. You might be able to manage that. That's great. But that was just what a big brand does. And of course they have a team, but they also, you can think about it this way, they also have things called brand ambassadors at Freshly Picked, where they have brought on, but they've reached out to a bunch of different people around the world, and they have specific days they're in charge of. So let's just say I'm a customer of Freshly Picked. I love their stuff. I reach out to them and say, I would like to be a brand ambassador. So in exchange, they would give them moccasins, because that's what they sell, baby moccasins. So they would get product for free in exchange for being a brand ambassador, which means on their designated day at their designated time, they are the ones that are in charge of responding to comments. They log into the account and they take over that, or they can just respond as their own account. You can do it however way, but you can start thinking about this. You can start using brand ambassadors or brand enthusiasts to help you with this engagement and connection, and just start fostering more communication and being more on top of your brand. If it's too much for you to handle, try to outsource it as much as you can. Or just think about that in the future. That could be something you want to plan on doing maybe within 6 months or within a year. You can start putting together some sort of brand ambassador program and start incorporating these things that you want to delegate out. Yeah, it's absolutely much more manageable if you have a team. But for now, if all you can handle is even at night, you just go through all your posts and you comment back at 1 time a day, that's great. But just have some sort of intention on doing that. And again, that just boosts the engagement on your own content, which who wouldn't want that, right? That's great. So on your own content, that's the first category. The second category is on your own followers. This is something that I'm trying to focus on more, is because I finally reached my goal of 10K followers. Hey, how's it going? I'm so glad that you're here today. It's a nice early Monday morning. I am not so focused now that I hit that target goal. I'm not super focused on growing my following. My water alarm went off. Sorry, I have my water alarm on. I'll try to be fast so it doesn't come on again. What was I saying? Oh, so I'm more focused on really engaging with my current followers instead of growing more, and really trying to turn those people that are just followers on Instagram into customers. That's my next phase. That's my next goal, right? It's great to have a bunch of people, but then you want to turn them into buying customers. So what I'm doing now is I'm really focusing on going to their feeds and engaging on them. I noticed you commented on one of my posts. Good strategy. Yeah, it for sure is a strategy. And of course, I'm not going to do that for people that aren't a great fit for me. If I'm genuinely not interested in what you're posting, if it's some dude that's talking about bodybuilding or weightlifting, he's probably, every hour is your water alarm? I have 4 times a day because I'm the worst water drinker, so I have an alarm on my phone to help me remember water. That's what went off, so thanks for being patient with me. But yeah, so I'm being very strategic about it when I go do this. I am not just going willy-nilly to everyone that leaves a comment and commenting back on them. I want to make sure that they are the best fit for my brand. If you are the best fit to learn from me and will probably end up either signing up for the subscription or maybe buying a course, or just being a supporter of me and my business on social media. Not everybody can turn into a customer, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be genuinely interested in what you do, right? Especially if you're joining us here. I've gone on most people that have been doing the Instagram intensive and have been connecting with people in the group. I try to go to your feeds every single day because you're invested enough in me to give me your time. The least I could do is go check out your feed, and like your posts and be engaged. So that is a focus that I'm going to be working on. It will probably work for you if your focus is converting those followers into customers. So just think about that. The third category is the ideal client following. So people that are not currently your followers, but you want to turn them into followers, this is what the focus is on this category. Now, we talked a little bit about this, about finding the ideal following for you on someone else's account. So again, for example, my example was Marie Forleo. She has B-School. She has this giant program she launches once a year. It's huge. People love it. People take it, think it's amazing. I don't offer anything like that. I don't offer build a business from the ground up as a course. right? So I'm not her competition. I don't sell what she sells. But when people are finished with her program and then they are like, okay, now I need to build a website, but I don't really want to do that myself. I need to hire someone. Or they're like, I need styled stock photos for my social media because I learned about social media. They need then more help, right? And then they could be easily, seamlessly transitioned into my customers. Does that make sense? So you can do this for your competition, but if someone's already offering the thing that you offer and they already have followers, it's probably better for you just to try to find someone else that's a better fit. But you can, I mean, feel free if that's your jam and you want to, comment on, if you want to grab people's competitions following, you can do that because it's not like there's only one size for everyone, one fit for everyone. Just because you follow Jana and she sells styled stock doesn't mean you can't, get value from me as well. But I'm just saying, like in general, when you pick your following, I like to pick people that are really seamlessly aligned with me, like Marie Forleo, because once they finish her, program, I'm an easy next step to, a good decision to make for them. So I will go to Marie Forleo's following. I've done this. I go to her following. I see who follows her. Click on the following. That list comes up, and I start scrolling through, and I see who looks like they own a business, who looks like they'd be a good fit for my brand. If it's someone that is, again, a bodybuilder man from wherever, probably not a good fit for me, so I'm not going to waste my time. He might have joined, followed her automatically, I don't know. But if it's someone that doesn't look like they're going to buy anything from me ever, I'm not going to bother spending time. But I'll go through her following, and if I see 10 people, and I try to schedule this, remember, that's why we scheduled this on day 3 in our connection strategy, because if I have a goal and I say, okay, I need to hit 10 people every single day. So every single day, I'm going to say, okay, day 1, I'm going to talk to Marie Forleo's following. Day 2, I'm going to reach out to Jana's following, Twiggy Post. Day 3, I'm going to reach out to Gary Vaynerchuk's following, because maybe he has some people that would be a good fit for me too. I'm going to schedule those out, and then that day, every day, I'm going to say, okay, I need 10 people, so I'm going to go to Marie Forleo's following, and I'm going to find 10 women that look like they own businesses that would be a great fit for my brand. I'm going to click on their account. I'm going to look at their feed, and again, if they look like they're a good fit for me, it looks like they're actually promoting a business and they might need styled stock photos. If they look like a good fit, I'm going to like their posts, as many as I decide. Could be 3, could be 2, could be 1, whatever. And if I choose to leave a comment, I'll comment on whatever I feel like makes sense. And if I want to go a step further, I'll follow them. If they're really a great fit for my brand, I'll follow them. The reason you're doing these things and engaging on their posts is so then when they hit their notifications, their heart button at the bottom, and a list comes up of all the people that have liked and commented their stuff or followed them, you show up, and you show up a lot. And they're like, who's this chick? And they click on your thing. How about if you're B2C? I sell wedding jewelry. Okay, that is a little bit different, right? Because I'm B2B, I'm business to business. So if you're business to consumer, you're direct to consumer sellers, you can start targeting. So, okay, if you sell wedding jewelry, this is just for example, if you're in the wedding industry, you sell wedding jewelry, there's probably an aligned audience with a local wedding photographer. Go to wedding photographers' accounts and start looking through their followers and start connecting with them. Wedding cake makers, venues, anything in the wedding industry that's local to you that they could potentially be your client, wedding dress, boutiques, all of these things. Go to their accounts and start following their followers and liking and commenting and engaging on their posts. Calligraphers, wedding stationery designers. I mean, there's a million things, and they don't necessarily all have to be local, especially since your jewelry, it doesn't have to be local. You could be nationwide. Jasmine Star, Jose Villa, The Knot, Snippet and Ink, Style Me Pretty, all of those accounts. Start going to their followings and liking their posts. I totally just went on a tangent, so if you have more questions, please leave them again and I'll try to answer them. And if I don't answer them right now, I'll answer them in the Instagram group. But does this make sense? You go to people that have ideal followings for you and start engaging on their followers' content. There are a lot of accounts that follow and unfollow a day, a week after. Do you recommend doing this strategy? I just think that's a lot of work. So if you're gonna go and make the effort of following people and then you have to go back and unfollow them, no, I don't want to do that. So if you think that might, test it. It might work for you if you want to test it and see. I just think that's a waste of time. Like, I only want to follow you if I genuinely want to follow you. Because I tried that. I tried just going and like follow. And then it was like my feed was full of crap, like stuff I didn't want to see, nonsense. And I was like, this is dumb. Like, did not work for me. So that's a waste of my time personally. I want to make sure I am very intentional about who I follow, who I like, and I comment, because I don't want just anyone. It is pointless to have a following of 100,000 people if there's only 100 people that will buy from you. right? That doesn't matter, right? It just means your conversion rate's so low. We want a high conversion rate. I don't want just anyone to be, I want to put forth my best work so the best people can find me. There's enough people in this world to learn from everyone, but if I'm the best fit for you, I want you to find me. And that's my whole goal. That's just what I have to say about that. So make sure you're investing time connecting with people that would be your ideal fit. And that way you will start growing your following and start getting people to know who you are that you can best help. And then the last thing would be hashtags. And this is the one place where I do recommend automating, because this is the one thing that doesn't necessarily need personal connection, not all the time. So there are things called like bots. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. A lot of you have. But I've tried out RoboLikes and I've tried out Instagress, and I like both of them. I think RoboLikes, I like them because they're very intentional. All they do is likes, right? You pick your hashtags. So I pick my hashtag sets that I think that my ideal clients are using. Let's just say wedding jewelry, for example. You type in, what is it called? Oh, Style Me Pretty Weddings. Maybe that's your hashtag. And you set it in RoboLikes and you say, I want RoboLikes to like 50 posts a day that use Style Me Pretty hashtag. And then it does it for you. You pay $10 a month and it just does it automatically. You can do this yourself if you want. If you don't want to pay $10 a month, which is fine, you can. I would actually recommend doing it yourself for a little while and then maybe going on to the RoboLike thing. But you can say, okay, every day I'm going to go to Style Me Pretty hashtag. And again, that's why we create the connection strategy. RoboLike. My water alarm keeps going off. Yeah, RoboLike is what I like to use. And there is a code for it in the toolkit. I emailed them and they gave me a code, so that's really great. And then we're gonna have her on so she can talk about her app on the Instagram group. So I need to email her so we can set up a time for her to do that. But she's gonna kind of give you a little bit more explanation. So wait for that if you're hesitant on it, and you can join the Instagram collaborative group on Facebook, and we'll have her on so she can do a live broadcast about, her app and all that great stuff. But yes, I would recommend this. So in your schedule, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna focus on liking 50 posts a day using Style Me Pretty hashtag. And then you can say, okay, I'm gonna use Style Me Pretty hashtag for 3 days straight. Then I'm gonna use Virginia weddings for the next 3. And then I'm so glad you got the toolkit. And then I'm gonna use wedding cake designer for the next 3 days. However you wanna make that work. You could do a different hashtag every single day. You could do 3 different hashtags daily. I don't care. Do whatever you want, but do something and write it down and stick to it and be consistent, because the consistency, guys, it's the little things. It is like how I really grew is like you do little things every day consistently. You show up, you engage, and you stick to the schedule, and you test things out, and then you change it up a little bit. So just by writing it down, it just makes it more actionable. So let's say Style Me Pretty is your hashtag. You go and you click on that hashtag, the feed comes up, and you pick 50, double tap. It's quick. Tap, tap, and then you just go down the feed, tap, tap, whatever you think makes sense to you. If it's people that are using that hashtag that are not a good fit for your audience, don't double tap it. There's no point. 50 people that are the best fit, and then tomorrow you just do it all over again. Super easy. So that is great to automate because it's simple. It's not like super like authentic connection, right? It doesn't matter if that's authentic connection because you're double tapping. But if you're trying to get people to be engaged with you and you want to do comments, I do not recommend using bots for comments. I just don't. I don't think there's a point to it, right? Because most people won't respond to you, and you're just giving people, you're just upping people's algorithms, but for no reason. Like there's no point in doing it if it's automatic, right? I would only spend time commenting authentically and trying to foster a conversation, because if not, then there's no point. I just think there's no point. So Instagress allows you to do comments, but I just don't recommend it because I don't know. I just think it's a waste of time. So I think that you have to put the real work in, right? You have to go in and you actually have to care about what people are doing and saying, and then leave a comment that fosters a conversation, right? If you're going in and you're actually showing up and all you're doing is putting like 100% sign in there, like again, waste of time. Like only authentically connect. And it's really quality over quantity is my opinion. Honestly, like the more you're in there and you're starting, because this is what's great. When you leave a comment on someone's post, everyone else sees that. Their whole following sees that whenever. I can always tell who the comment bots are. Yeah, absolutely. You can totally tell, and I wouldn't follow them either. I would actually engage on my posts when people do that, just because why not? You're just upping your own engagement on your posts. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, if it's not authentic connection, then who cares, right? It definitely doesn't make me click over to their feed even to see what they have going on. But if you're going and you're leaving like really thoughtful comments, it doesn't have to be deep stuff, but just stuff that's like either funny, you're creating value in the comments. Not only are you getting the attention of the person who's posting, but you're also getting the attention of anyone that reads your comment, right? So you might get 10 eyes on what you have to say, and if it's providing value for people, you might get 10 new people to follow you just because you left a thoughtful comment. Right? So think about these things. And again, that goes both ways. So if you leave nasty, mean comments, you're just looking like an ass, right? Not them. So really be aware and be brand consistent all the time, right? Because it's the internet. Everyone can see what you're doing and it lives forever. It's very easily forgettable because it updates so quickly, but it lives forever. Don't forget that. So I know a lot of people like to talk about really controversial things sometimes, especially lately, but if that is not your brand, don't use that account to comment because everyone will see that forever. Engaging is your problem and then you don't post. You don't post. You mean, well, yeah, I mean, if you're not posting on Instagram and leaving comment and then you're not engaging in other people's stuff, not only are you not like putting yourself out there, but you're not like creating a friend. And you have to find a friend. You have to be a friend to make a friend. You have to be nice to people and comment and actually be interested in what they have to share for them to do the same to you, right? So that's what we're doing here on our connecting and engaging section. And this is every single day. Try it every day for like the next month, right? And you're in the right place then. If you're already like, okay, I'm doing none of these things, crap. Well, great, just watch all of these broadcasts and see what you can actually do that's manageable. I've said this a million times, but you don't have to do all of these things. Just pill out the things that are the most actionable and easiest for you to accomplish like as quickly as possible. Try the likes. The likes are the easiest thing for me. So if you just write down on your connection calendar, which again, you can find that for free in the Instagram Collaborative Facebook group. It's in the files section to download. Write down one hashtag a day for 30 days and then commit. I'm going to like 20 posts every single day. That is completely doable. You can do that while a commercial is on during TV. Totally easy. Thank you for putting that up. Yes, that is the Facebook group, the Instagram Collaborative. You can search it. It's also in your toolkit. You can find the link there. So that's all. That's all I have for today. Connecting on your own content, connecting with your own followers, connecting with ideal client followings, and then connecting using hashtags. That's all I have for today. Tomorrow is day 9. You guys, we're almost done. Oh my God. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Instagram stories and Instagram Live. It's going to be a good one. So be here tomorrow. Feel free to share this with anyone that might get value from you, and you can look for your replay email today. Would you use that same strategy on Periscope? Okay, we're going to talk more about that, not during this broadcast, but I'll probably talk more about that either on subsequent broadcasts on my Facebook group or my Facebook page. You can use these like overarching strategies for every single platform, but just know that every platform is different and you have to create content that is unique to the platform. Does that make sense? Yay, thank you so much for being here. You have a good day too. So yes, the things that are like research, right? The days, right? Research, creating a content strategy, creating a connection strategy, all of those 3 things, you can do that on any platform. Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook groups, Periscope, Snapchat, all of those things. Research, content strategy, and connection. All of those things make sense, but they look very different in every single platform. For example, I think like Facebook, it's really hard to engage as a business on other people's pages. It just doesn't let you do that, right? So the best idea for you would be to use Facebook groups to start engaging with people, right? It's completely different. It's a different animal, but the same pillars work everywhere. Yeah? Okay, well, we'll talk more about that on my Facebook page, maybe next week. Maybe we'll kind of dive into that. But if you do have more questions, feel free to leave them in the Facebook group and I'll be happy to answer them. I will see you guys tomorrow and have a great day. Cancel.